think the goal is to try to control the food?
The food. Well,
Food supply.
well, that is probably an obvious, I think, almost rhetorical question, because the farmers, that is, they have the major part of food and milk production.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, and the reason why I ask is Netherlands is the highest food producer in Europe. It feeds all of Europe.
yes,
That's my point. Is
yes.
the goal
Well,
to control the Netherlands?
Well, power, of course, because where is it in Acts, Jacob? The emperor, God killed him. Why? There's a famine. He has the food, so he has the power. Whoever controls, or even water, but water and food and energy sources, whoever controls this, controls people.
Yeah, and that's the ultimate thing.
That is
wrong. Now, Jacob, let me ask you this: is this coming from Brussels? Is coming from the EU? Is this a localized?
It's coming from Brussels. It's coming from Washington. It's coming from the globalists. But where it's really coming from is hell. It's coming to the black horse of the four horsemen.
Yes.
Yep. Here's John Kerry, who says that basically declaring war on farmers. Basically, confiscation is not off the table, which is exactly what's happening in the Netherlands, right? And he delivered this remarks at a mission climate summit in Washington, D.C., basically innovation mission. And small farms can even emit nitrogen, he says, so that we need to control the small farms. Again, very much the same thing, very much the same plan. In fact, I've heard a journalist from the Netherlands that says, what's the answer to all this? He says, America, thank God you have the Second Amendment. Keep it. David, what do you think about that? They basically says it's going to come down to that.
70% of the atmospheric gas on our planet is nitrogen. If it wasn't, the rest of it would burn up. One of the things the globalists do, and the pseudo environmentalists do, is they expect people to ignore that carbon dioxide is to plants what oxygen is to us. Now, all of a sudden, nitrogen is an inherent evil.
Yep.
Without
Exactly.
nitrogen, the planet would be it would be incinerated. This is but tell a lie often enough, people will believe it. We've talked about the weaponization of food. What you saw with OPEC can happen with grain.
Yeah.
And there's another thing that's happening now, particularly because of the reduced grain production in the steppes in the Ukraine and Russia,
the war.
and what's happening in China now with the flood damage to China's wheat harvest. The United States, Canada, to a degree, Australia, these countries can use grain, particularly corn and wheat, the way that the OPEC countries used oil.
Yeah.
We have a problem in the world that the globalists are well aware of. The explosive population growth in the third world. People flooding into Europe and flooding into the United States from the third world. What do we do with these people? You have to reduce the third world population. How do you reduce the third world population? Well, it's obvious.
Lack of food. Yeah. Food. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this goes right in hand with what the scripture talks about, the book of Revelation, but it is coming very fast. And now you have the WHO trying to control what people grow, what crops are going to grow in the world. I mean, I thought they were just dealing with health issues, not political or food issues.
The World Health Organization of the United Nothing.
By the way, I just wanted to point the statistic out real quick.
Go ahead.
So we're killing cattle in Ireland, right? 200,000, But you know who the world's largest carrier of livestock is? Cattle?
Is it the United States?
It is not. It is India with 575 million heads of cattle that will never be used
for food.
Because they're holy.
Because they're holy.
That's right.
So it would seem to me, if you wanted to be environmental friendly, you would go over and you would cull some of maybe the wild cattle in India.
They're all over the place. They cause traffic jams. There's
Can't
not
eat
a
'em.
city in India where the traffic is not backed up in jams because of cows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of methane there.
But you can't do it. They're holy, and so you're going to end up eating bugs. So that's really the answer to all this.
Very
So
good point, James. Thank you for pointing out about the cows in India.
prepare
Third,
the bugs.
you're going to change the planetary environment in terms of methane gas by culling cows in Ireland when India has more cows than anyone else easily.